Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam. In this video, I'm going to be planting up some spring containers. Last fall or late summer, I did this monochromatic or monotone container that has this Everillo Carex and this Heucherella in it. It's got one yellow pansy in the corner. It'll be too hot for it pretty soon, but I'm going to plug something else in there that's yellow as well. And then it's got this gold mop cypress, which I had actually tree formed, and I tree formed this in a video, and then put this container together. And it's just been a bright spot in the garden the entire winter. I'm going to do a container that's going to sit next to it, and I don't actually know where they're going to go right this minute. So right now they're just on the lawn, but they will find a home next to one another. And I'm going to do, this container is kind of a two-tone container. I've got some red Coleus and a red Obsession Nandina. This Obsession Nandina makes a great container plant. And it won't outgrow the spot. These are sterile. I've got a video on Obsession Nandina if you want to go back and watch it, but it doesn't flower or fruit like other Nandinas, and it just has this incredible color on it, whether it's new growth or winter color. It's constantly got vibrant color on it. I've got another one of these Everillo Carex because I like to carry, if I'm going to have something companion containers like this, I do want to carry something from one to the other. So I'm going to use the Carex on that. And then I've got a yellow Coleus to match the red Coleus. And then I've got a gold sweet potato vine. So this container, where this one is monochromatic with all gold, yellow, chartreuse, whatever you want to call these colors, this one is going to be kind of a red and yellow container. So I plan on having this grass on the outside on that side. So on this container, I'm going to put it on the opposite side. I actually have some recycled potting soil in this container from last year, and I feel like the soil that I'm getting from these containers will be enough fresh soil to add to that. I will fertilize them after I'm done. This other corner is where the sweet potato vine is going to go, and it will just end up trailing over this side. I got to dig a pretty big hole for this Obsession Nandina. I have a video on my channel for the Carex varieties that the Southern Living Plant Collection has. Everillo being my favorite by far. There's, gosh, from here, I mean, I've got 3 over there and 2 right here in front of me, and there's probably more in this yard. They're such an easy plant to get color with, and they're evergreen. Here it is, and still that's like 36 to 37 degrees outside this morning, and this is probably offering as much color in the landscape as anything right now. Okay, let me get this. Hopefully I've dug deep enough down here. I have. Okay, so there's my red color on that side of the container. Not a lot of room left, but I think I can get a space here for probably 3 of these Coleus. Okay, that's tamped in. All right, so I'm going to use this red Coleus toward the back. It'll end up kind of towering over the grass before the season's over. Right now it's kind of the grass seems like it's going to be bigger, but it won't. That's as big as that Everillo Carex will be this season. Okay, so I'm putting 2 of these red Coleus toward the back, and this other that'll be back in this corner. And then really I think just 1 of these gold Coleus toward the front right here, and it'll fill in this little pocket right in that space. You kind of have to envision this a little bit. I don't like to plant I don't like to plant the containers slam full right from the beginning, because number 1, I enjoy watching them grow, and number 2, if I get plants that are already full size in these containers, then I'm probably only just a few weeks from them being root bound and having to, water and water and water. So I like to use these 4-packs and 6-packs when I can for my summer containers. So there you go. I think these are going to look absolutely fantastic next to one another. I think these little pops of red in the middle of all this chartreuse or yellow color will look really great in the garden this summer. Let's move to the next one. Next up, I have one of the containers that I recently got from Michael Carr Designs. I did a video down at his place in Atlanta, and he was nice enough to send me some containers. I love these containers with the kind of lava edge where it looks like it spilled over. I used another one over here that I'll show you in a minute in a container planting video a few weeks ago with a different palm and some pansies looking great over here. In this container, I have this tree-formed variegated boxwood that I did in a video earlier this year. If you want to go back and take a look at that. It's been in this pot for a container for a very long time. I got to break these roots up, but this is kind of going to be the highlight of this container, and I'm just going to have some things in it that match it. Again, kind of going with a monochromatic theme a little bit of whites and yellows and creamy colors in this container. I wish I had brought something over here to actually cut on these a little bit, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So I went and got a pair of pruners and I'm just going to cut from top to bottom these roots. This thing is seriously root bound. This will get them heading out away from the center of it, out toward the edge of the container. Otherwise, this thing is going to be a nightmare to water. Okay, all right. So I've got some compost and pine bark blended in this container. I buy my compost bulk and then I just mix it with some pine bark soil conditioner. Is how I make my potting soil for my shrubs that I'm planting in containers. If you can find some sort of chunkier potting soil at wherever you shop, that's what I would recommend for shrubs. They're not that fond of being planted in all peat moss based potting soils. This is some Alyssum that I did from seed that has the white flowers on it. They're a little kind of tall and leggy because they've been up against one another in the container. They'll fill out pretty quickly. I need a little more soil in this container. Fill it in at this point. There we go. Pack that around. I love this container. It's a beautiful container, but one thing about containers like this that get narrower up toward the top, they are hard to remove the shrub later when you need to repot it or redo anything. But it's beautiful, so I'll deal with that when the time comes. I'm just going to use, let's see, I think I have 5 of these Alyssum that I'll kind of try to spread out evenly around the container. All right, then I've got 3 Nasturtiums that I did from seed as well. You can see that beautiful variegated foliage. I'll give you a close-up of this when this is done. But these will be beautiful in this container. And honestly, in my area, Nasturtiums just are better container plants. They tend not to do that well in the soil, in the clay soil. But in a container, they can just go wild. You know, they'll be this big. Leaves will be this big on them. I've got a little bit of sedum left over from last year, a gold sedum called Angelina, that I'm going to plug in a couple spots and just have it trail over the sides during the season. Kind of doesn't matter where it is in location to other things because it's not going to interfere with anything else. It definitely wants to just weep down. So I'll plug a little bit in there. I've got this in a container from another container last year, and I'm just tearing pieces off of it to use this year. Let's see, put this in about the same spot on the other side, just like that. And doesn't look like much now. I've got a container over here I'm about to work on. I'll show you some more of this gold sedum, how it looks as it grows in just a second. But I think this one's going to be beautiful. It's all, again, it's mixes of the same colors, same as this the chartreuse container behind me. For the last container today, I'm hiding behind my windmill palm. I've had this in this container for a little over a year now, and it has done fine through the first winter. I haven't had a very cold winter. It's kind of close to the porch here, and if I needed to, I can get it up on the porch, you know, if I got really severe cold, but I really didn't have anything below lower 20s, and that wasn't going to be enough to really hurt it. I broke the front of the container. I was actually going to pull the palm out and refresh the soil, and in the process I broke the container. It was already had a few cracks in it, but I'm leaving it just like that, and I put some of this lemon coral sedum in the front that will just go down the front. I think it's going to look like it has a yellow tongue, probably before the season's over, is probably the best way to describe it. Last year, though, during the summer, I underplanted it with begonias, and that's what I'm going to do now. These are just the red foliage, red flowering begonias. I'm going to put 8 in a circle around here, and they come up to about this height in this area with red flowers during the summer. I'll have this yellow sedum coming over the front, and of course the palm, you know, always looks great. So this is a quick and easy one. I do need to get this palm at the end of this season. I need to get it out of this container and get some fresh soil around it. In the process, I'm going to destroy this rest of this container. I just didn't want to do it now. It's got several more cracks in it, but again, real simple red and yellow and you know, tropical palm in this container. It's underplanted down here with a green sedum, yellow sedum, and this is a variegated daphne down here at the bottom. So this entire area really looks great. So I'm gonna quickly get these in. Most everything in this container is going to trail down. The nasturtiums are going to trail over the side. The sedum is going to trail over the side. Eventually my kind of leggy alyssum will as well. I've got to continue to turn this top piece into a ball shape, and I'm going to make this a 3-ball topiary eventually, so I'm going to let another piece go ahead and go vertical in that spot. But this is a variegated boxwood with other foliage pieces that kind of matching colors. Here's the container with the Obsession Nandina and the Carex and the Coleus and the sweet potato vine next to the one with all the gold pieces. I told you I'd show you this other palm that I had put in this container back here. This is an Atlas Mountain Palm. It's got the blue, all the new blue growth on it, and underplanted with pansies. And then around to this side, this is the palm with the begonias planted around it, and the sedum that is surrounding it. And there's that, you know, how that sedum looks as it grows during the growing season. So thank you very much for watching this video. I'm going to fertilize these now, water them in, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can see how they perform during the season. Thanks for watching.